going wrong with you guys. And if this is your first time to come to the live, you can just say something in the comments to let me know that you are here so that we can have a chat. How are you? OS. Are you from Japan? How are you? Welcome to the live. This is Oliver from Henan Doing Company, and today I bring our live room directly to the factory, and later I will show you guys around about our factory and about the equipment in every processing line. For example, like the uh, palm oil presser and ordinary presser, for example, like the rapeseed presser, peanut presser, and every equipment inside of this line. And later I will totally show you around about our factory and show about every processing line. If you are interested about this live, please leave something in the comment to let me know so that I can show you more details. And by the way, if this is your first time to come to the live, make sure you have already subscribed about this live so that next time we do live stream will be totally noticed. And for different week, we are showing you different about the topics. And today's topic is to show you around about the factory and showing you about the equipment, about the processing line. How are you? Good afternoon. Welcome to the live. Currently, it is the afternoon time. It is 4:30 in China. And how are you? What is the time there? And later I will show you guys around about the factory. And let's just wait for more people to come to the live. And right now, how about let me show you about the whole factory. In total, we have two factories. And right now we are showing you guys can see this is the first factory. And the total amount for the two factories, it is a really large one. It is among 20,000 meters. And yeah, how about let's have a walk around about our factory. And for our company, we are focused on the producing and development about the oil and fats business. So if you would like to do the oil and fats business, and if you have already start your oil and fats business, you can also stay in this lab because later we're about to show you about the newest development about the whole industry so that you can know more about the factory, know more about the oil and fats business. And right now you guys can see this is the total factory. This is the factory here. And if you're interested about some of the business, you can leave a comment below. Our engineering and our salesman, it is all inside of the live room so that they can show you more about the details. Okay, let's have a walk around for our equipment here. And first you can check about this equipment. It is a thresher. Especially it has a widely used in the palm oil pressing line. This is the thresher here. All the palm fruits will directly get into this equipment, and the palm fruits will automatically drop by this thresher. And it is a quite long one. I mean, before it is a short equipment, but right now it is a quite long one. The length for this equipment is about 2.5 meters to make sure all the palms can stay a longer time inside of this thresher and can make sure the high efficiency. Check about the materials. And this is a digester. Ladies and gentlemen, can you guys see about this digester? For this equipment, it is also widely used in the palm oil pressing line for this digester to get totally digest about the palm fruits. And also let me show you this one. For this equipment, we do have one of the steam pipe around of the thresher because you know the palm oils, it is really ropey, and we want to soften about the palm fruit, so we do put one of the steam pipe around the digester to make sure the temperature for the palm fruit is in the best situations to make sure all the palm fruits can totally get digested. Thank you so much, Andy Wong, for your like. And this is the outlet. This is the outlet for the digester. And let me show you about its inner design. This is the inner design. So many stereos and pedals is inside. And for different equipment, we have different capacities. So you can tell us how many pound fruits you want to deal with so that we can give you the best requirements. The digester, and for this equipment, it is 5 tons per day. And we do have 1 ton per day, 2 tons per day, 10 tons per day, 20 tons per day. You can tell us about your budget and tell us about your what kind of oils you want to obtain. And this is also the 5 tons per day. This is a match. This is a match. It is in the same pressing line. And for these two equipments, it will ship to Liberia really soon, 5 tons per day. And talking about this, our company's equipment have been shipped to all over the world, about 100 countries, because we have done the oil and fats business about 10 years. To be specific, it is 13 years. So we do accumulate so many successful experiences here. Have a chat, thresher, and the digester. And later I will show you about the every single equipment in the processing line for like the palm oils or ordinary oils. If you're interested about the oil and fats business, leave a comment so that I can show you more details, or tell me what kind of oil business you want to do. And right now, let's have a walk around in the factory to show you more. Our factory and our company, it is all located in Henan province and China. So if you do want to have a visit, leave a comment down below. Our salesmen, our engineers will contact you as soon as possible so they can give you more details and more specific information about the equipment, about the processing line. This is the workers. It is working really high efficient, working really patient to produce about the equipment here. To make sure the final equipment you obtain, you get, it is really high efficiency. And let's check about this one. Thank you so much, anyone, for your 500 likes. Thank you so much. And if you didn't follow about this live, if you didn't follow about this channel, follow. Give me a follow so that next time we do live stream, you'll be noticed. And this is the clay equipment in the refining part. I mean, talking about the refining, over there we have the whole refining equipment, and later I will show you about it. And for this one, it is screw conveyor to do the transportation job. You can check about its inside. It is a screw conveyor. It is a screw conveyor to do the transportation job, to make sure every equipment during the process it have the same amount of the materials to do. I mean, this worker, it is cutting. It is do the cutting. Really patient. And for our company, we have done the oil and fat business about 10 years. So right now, you guys about to see, it is the ordinary oil presser. It is the ordinary oil presser. And this is the inlet. This is the inlet input of the oil presser. And when the materials get into that inlet, and it will get in the press. And for, hey, how are you, Harrison Young? And for this squeeze, it is a really durable one. It is a really durable squeeze here. So when you get about this equipment, you can use about this equipment about 1 year without any questions. And if you do have any questions when you get about this equipment, we have 1 year warranty, which means in 1 year, you can contact us easily with the problems, and our engineering team will come back to you with the perfect answer in 24 hours. In 24 hours, with the really high efficiency. And over that part, it is our controlling room to make this whole factory it is working smoothly and to make sure it is totally safe for the workers and to make sure the quality of the equipment here. And talking about the equipment, I mean, there are so many people may curious about the shipping because it is like an international trade. So the shipping, no, don't worry about the packing thing because right now you guys can check. We produce about the perfect size wooden box for the packing thing. And you guys can see there is a cutting machine. It can make sure all the equipment it is perfectly protected by the wooden box. And there are so many plastic covers will get also put inside of the wooden box. This worker it is to make sure like the shipping going perfectly. And that is a cutting machine. And right now let me show you the vibration sieve here. For this vibration sieve, it is a really high efficient equipment. It can automatically remove about the impurities, for example, like the fibers, especially when you do like the palm kernel oils. There are so many fibers. It is inside of the fruits. It is mixing together. So before we do the pressing or before we do the solvent extraction, we have to make sure the materials, the oil seeds, it is totally clean. So we do get one of these equipment here. It is really easy to move and have a really low noise when it is working. And you can see over this part, it is outlet for the impurities. And over that part, it is outlet of the oils. And for example, when you're pressing about the palm oils, after you have already pressed them, there still may have fibers inside of the oils. To make sure the final quality of that, we usually put one of these vibration sieves inside of it. And there are 2 meshes inside of the equipment. 20 meshes and 40 meshes it is also put inside of the vibration sieve. And let's move on to check more details for our factories. And if you're interested in any part of the factory, leave something in the comments. And right now this worker it is about to producing, it is about to cut, to measure and to cut the wooden box. It will be totally perfect packaged before the shipping. And for this one, it is a single thresher to separate about the fruits from the palm bunches. And for this one, what's this? I mean, it is covered by the plastic cover, but right now I cannot tell what is this equipment. Oh. Yeah. And right now, after we put the equipment inside of the wooden box, we will also put a plastic cover on also inside of this box. And for this one, it is also one of the equipment in the refining process. If you like to do the oil and fats, for example, like the peanut oil, sunflower oils, rapeseed oils, you can all contact to us. We have about 10 years experiences to do the business. So you can tell us about your budget, tell us about what kind of oils you want to obtain. Our engineers team can give you the perfect solution for you, the customized solution for you. And for this kind of equipment, it is all in the refining process. And let's check about this one. It is a fat acid collector. And I'm sure it is a small capacity one. And for this one, it is a much bigger capacity for the refining parts. And later I will show you the whole refining equipment later because we do have one over that part. And right now we are about to see them. How are you doing, Oscar? Oscar Bunhu. How are you doing? Where are you from? And let's go find about the pressure for the oil, palm oil presser and ordinary oil presser. Over here, you guys can see there are three. It is also refining tank here. I mean, if you have already obtained the crude oils, it is like the not edible oils. We have to make sure the oil it is edible. So we do set the refining parts to remove about the impurities. For example, like we have to do the decolorization, deodorization, degumming, and deacidification to make the crude oils into like the edible oils. And for different capacities, we have 1 ton per day, 2 ton per day, 5 ton per day, 10 ton per day, and 20 ton per day, 80 ton per day, 50 ton per day. You can tell us about your budget, tell us how many of the oil seeds you want to deal with so that we can give you the customized solutions. And over here, this is how we do the packing of the equipment. We will use about the wooden box to make it like a hole and covered by the plastic covers. And this is, we are not using about the type. Instead, we are using about the nails to do the packing to make sure the perfect shipping. And over here, you guys can check, this is the sterilizer here. And it is broadly used in the palm oil pressing line. Before we press about the oils, we use the sterilizer to do the sterilization. And normally we do the sterilization for 60 to 90 minutes to soften about the fruits, to make sure the fruits, the palm fruits, it is easily fall off the palm bunches. And also destroy the acids inside of the palm fruit. And here you guys can see there are fruit cages here. Fruit cages here. For one of this sterilizer, it can include of 4 of the fruit cage. I mean, if you want, you can just use the single one or 2 or 3 or 4. It is totally according to your needs. And the material for this fruit cage, it is stainless steel material, so no worry about its quality. It is very durable one. Welcome, Bahus. Welcome to the live. And let me show you more. Okay, you guys can see this is also the presser, ordinary presser here. This is the inlet. All the oils will get into this equipment over here, and then it will totally get pressed by this equipment. Very high efficient equipment. And if you do have questions, leave your question in the comment area. And this is the boil water tank. You guys can check. This is the 4 meters boil water tank. And this is 3 ton per hour. 3 ton per hour sterilizer here. Really large capacity. Also another bigger one. About the oil presser. And if you do want to know more details for this equipment, leave a message in the comments. Our salesman and our engineers will reach to you really soon. And let's go check out more equipments here. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys can check. This is the palm kernel oil presser. This is the palm kernel oil presser here. And it is a 3 ton per hour pressure. This is the inlet of the palm kernels, and it is a really durable one with the motor here. And this is the outlet. This is the outlet for the palm kernel oil presser. And also you can see about its inside. There are screws. It is inside. Another refinery tank here. And you guys can see there are so many huge tank here, especially for that one. It is a really large capacity equipment here. Also, do the refining. I mean, there are so many people may curious about why we have to do the refining part, because no matter for like the palm oils, palm kernel oils, or some of the ordinary oils, when we produce about them, when we have already obtained about the crude oils, we have to make it into like the edible oils. So we have to remove about the impurities, like we have to done the decolorization, de-acidification, the gumming, and the odorization to make it like edible oils. And you can see this one. This is the screw conveyor to make sure every equipment for the same time, every equipment have the same amount of the oil to deal with. Otherwise, it may damage about our equipment and have a lot of pressure to pressing about it. And this too, it is a bucket elevator. It is a really like the essential equipment, especially when you press about turn on the extreme battery saver, no thanks. And especially when you press about the palm kernel oil, this one have extremely important use, because we do have a shell and kernel separator. Later I will show you more about that. Bucket elevator to transport about the oil seeds. And also the green one, all these two, you can see it is the refining equipment. And for this one, it is a small capacity digester. Small capacity digester with the steam pipe around it. And let's check more details. It is 3 tons per day. And these two equipment will ship to Canada really soon. And let's see about its inside. So many steers and paddles it is adopted inside of the equipment to make sure all the palm fruit it is totally digested. Check about the material, really high quality, really durable material. And to make sure the final oil it is high quality, so all the material it is adopted 304 food materials. And also for it is the same for these two equipments. Large capacity, high quality material. It is all for the, let's check. For this one, it is like degumming and de-acidification in one tank. It is like a batch type. When you're using about the batch type refining line, this equipment it is really useful. In this one, it can do the degumming and de-acidification. And for that one, I cannot see. Oh, it is a boil water tank to temporary storage about the boil water. And ladies and gentlemen, if you do have any questions, leave your question in the comments so that our salesman can reach you really soon. And for this toolbox, it is the storage for like the impurities that is produced in the refining part. And also you guys can see this one. This equipment. It is the refining equipment, and it is a batch type. There are 4 tank over here, first 2 and 3 and 04. Normally, if you do the batch type refining line, just like I said, the degumming and deacidification, it is normally in the same tank. And that we do have the decolorization tank. It is also here, but looks totally different because when we do about this process, it is like the under pressure environment, and also it is the same for deodorization. If you want to know how this refining line worked, leave a message in the comment. Our salesman will contact you as soon as possible. We have the 3D video to show you about the whole processing line so that you can know more about how to do the refining job. And as for the pump here, we are using a very special pump because the oils, it is really ropey. It is not really smooth, so we do have a really special pump which it is adopted in this processing line. And let's see more about the pressure here, especially for the palm oil pressure. Check out here. You guys can see there is a double squeeze screw here, and we have done the polish job, so it is quite smooth. It is not like the others. I mean, for the other producers, after they produce about the squeeze screw, it is like the raw material, so it may cause the problems about the plug. So when the palm fruits get into this one, it may stuck inside of the middle and to affluent about the final oil rate. But we have done the polish job to make sure when the palm fruits get into this equipment, it is really smooth. It will not cause the problems about the plug, to increase the final oil rate and to lower the residue oil rate. Welcome, Magoba. How are you doing? Welcome to the live. Right now, I am doing the factory tour. Our factory, it is located in Henan Province, China. If you do want to have a visit, if you like to do the oil and fats business, leave a message in the comments. Our salesmen and our engineers will reach you really soon. And for all those equipment, it is about the oil pressure with different capacities. This one, it is a small capacity. I mean, we do have the 3 ton per day, 5 ton per day, 10 ton per day, 20 ton per day pressure. So if you can tell us about how many oil seeds you have and how many crude oils you want to obtain, our engineers can give you the customized solution for you, a really detailed solution for you to just tell us what a situation you are in. Our engineers can give you the best solution for you. And this is the double squeeze screw here. And we have even bigger capacity one, which it is placed here. And then let's check about the ordinary. Yes, talking about the palm oil pressure, this is the double screw one. And for this one, it is a single screw one. Its capacity, it is more like 500 kilogram per day. Welcome, Della. Welcome to the lab. This is Oliver from Henan Drilling Company. This is the single screw pressure. And then let me show you about the plate filter, which is placed here. So no matter what kind of oil you want to obtain, you may need to use about these equipment, about the plate filter. It can really efficient to remove about the water content inside of the oil and the small impurities, for example, like the fibers. It can totally remove of that. When the palm oils get into this equipment, let me show you about the detail. There are so many meshes it is placed, it is adopted. So all the crude oils will get into this equipment, mash by mash, mash by mash, and it will remove about the water content to make sure your oil can storage for a really long time. And also we have different capacities. For this one, it is a really small capacity, and for this two, it is a bigger capacity. Also, 5 ton per day, 1 ton per day, 10 ton per day, we all have it in our factory. So just tell us what you want so that we can give you the best solutions for you. And if your budget is limited, we do have a really simple pressing line. It is made for you. For example, you can just get one of the thresher to thresh about the palm fruit out of the fruit bunches, and then you can get the single screw presser or double screw presser, totally according to your needs. And then plus one the clay filter here, you can also get the palm oils. How are you? The sir that from England. Right now we are showing you about our factory. If you like to do the oil and fat business, for example, palm oils or palm kernel oils or ordinary oils, for example, like the rapeseed oil, sunflower oil, peanut oils, leave a message in the comment. Our salesman will contact you as soon as possible. They can show you more details about the pictures, about the 3 videos, about our equipment, and the feedback from our previous clients. This is the palm kernel oil presser, really durable, and it is a smaller capacity one. All the palm kernels will get into this. This is the inlet, and at the bottom it is the outlet. And talking about this, let me show you the materials of the double screw presser here. All the parts that we the equipment get in touch with the fruits or the oil seeds, it is made of 304 food grades. No worry about the quality about it, and it is a really durable material. So if you use it properly, you can use it about half a year or about 1 year without any questions. Really durable one equipment here. And this one has a motor here. And I'm sure you guys can see when these two double screw near to the outlet of the presser, it is getting more and more close. So to make sure the high oil rate with the same amount of the oils, so you can obtain more oils. And let me show you about this destoner that is widely used. That is widely used in the ordinary oils pressing line. This is a destoner. It really to remove about the heavy impurities, for example, like the fine sands, like the small stone, or some other impurities. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? This is Oliver. Where are you from, you? Where are you from? You can tell us where are you from. You can tell me where are you from, because our equipment have been shipped to all over the world, about 100 countries. And then you can check about all the equipment that is placed here. It is all about the refining equipment. And let's see, for this one, it is a his oil separator, because when we do the refining, especially for no matter for the batch type or semi-continuous or continuous type of the refining line, we have to use about the heat oils to increase the temperature. And during that process, there may produce about the gas. So in order to make the whole processing line working smoothly, we do set about two of the separator, least gas and liquid separator inside of the line to separate about the gas from the liquid. And then we have a collector here. Second one, it is a collector, and the third one, it is the same, I believe. And for this one, it is a bigger size liquid and gas separator. It is the same with that one, but with a bigger size. And let's check about this one. And by the way, we do have several about the temporary storage box. Temporary storage box to control the whole speed about the processing line, to make sure for each of the step, the oils or the income material, it is the same. And I have already shown about this one. It is the refining equipment to do the refining job, do the deodorization, decolorization, degumming, and deacidification, to make sure the oil that finally you obtain, it is edible oils, or you can easily to put it on the market. And let me find about the separator. I mean the shell and the kernel separator here. Let's go and find it out. That is a really high efficient equipment. I mean, all of our ProVice clients love about that equipment. Really high efficient. I mean, before it is placed here, but right now I believe the workers have already moved the equipment to somewhere else, and let's go find it out. And if you'd like to know more, leave a comment. Leave something in the comment to let me know you have been here. It has been in my life. Workers working really careful to producing about the equipment here, to make sure the final quality of the equipment. I mean, it is before it is placed here. I'm sure about that, but right now I do not know where is it. But anyway, let's go find it out. Or if you want to have a visit for our company, or for this factory, leave something in the comment also. Really soon to show you around about our factories and about our companies. And here we are. It is the two of the ordinary oil presser. If you use it properly, you can use it about 6 months or about 1 year without any questions. Really high efficient one. And really durable material. And at the bottom, it is the outlet of the oils. And of course, you can check. This is the squeeze here. All the oil seeds will squeezed by this pressure, and the oils will automatically drop at the outlet, so you can easily to collect about it. And for different oil seeds, we have different solutions. We have different press ways. I mean, there is clients ask about, can I use like the peanut oil presser to press about the palm fruits, or can I use it like mix them? The answer is no, because if you use the ordinary presser to press about the palm fruits or palm kernels, it will easily to cause the problems about the plug, and it is kind of hard to solve about that problem. So you better to press the palm oils by the palm oil presser. And right now, the workers have already produced one of the wooden box to do the shipping. Yeah. Before we do the shipping, we will produce about the customized wooden box to protect about the equipment here. And there is a cutting machine to cut about the wood into the perfect size for the packing. So if you want to place order in our store, no worry about the shipping problems. All the equipment is perfectly protected. And by the way, we have 1 year warranty, which means in 1 year, if there's something wrong with the equipment, come to us with the problems, and our salesmen, our engineers will give you the best solutions in 24 hours so that you can easily just solve about that problems. And recently there are a lot of orders have already placed. And you can check, it's so many wooden boxes it is made here to do the shipping. For different equipment, we have the different packing way. And by the way, we will also put the plastic cover to cover about the equipment to make sure the equipment you get, finally, it is the best equipment. Vibration side, which I have already shown you guys before, low noise and easy to move, really high efficient to remove about the impurities, small impurities, especially like the fibers after you producing about the oils, about the crude oils. For example, the palm oils, after you press about the palm oils, there are still fiber inside of the oils, inside of the crude oils. So you have to use about this equipment to remove about the fibers to increase the final quality of the oils. Yeah, let's go. I'm sure I can find about the palm kernel and shell separator here. It is really high efficiency one. Thank you so much for keep liking this live. And by the way, if you didn't follow about this channel, click the follow button to give us a follow so that next time we do the live stream, you will be totally noticed. And next week we may share about the different pressing line, about the palm kernel oils, palm oils, or the refining process, or like the solvent extraction. Yeah, like tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will share with you guys about the extraction, solvent extraction oils, and the differences with like the press oils and the solvent extraction oils. So if you didn't follow this channel, if you didn't follow about our store, leave a follow here. There's a hanger. To make sure the final quality that of the equipment durable, high